Hey, shalom, shalom. This is the brother Lahab, back with another in transit thoughts. And first and foremost, before I get started, I want to thank Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi for putting the spirit on me to push the button. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakapadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS who teach and rule well, who taught me this truth. Salutation, you brothers and sisters that are out there listening, learning, fighting this good fight of faith. Salutation, my fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, I want to say shalom. And open prayer that this in transit lesson be edifying to the elect. So, don't have anything in particular in mind, to speak about. But what's coming to mind through the spirit is the doomsday clock. That brothers have been reporting on and doing lessons on, and articles have been coming out that we're, seconds away from midnight. And it's beautiful because that's how we all feel in the spirit, that everything is coming to a boil, man. Everything's coming to a head. I just read about this morning some more stuff about the E.P. Stein files coming out and DJ Nero Trump, being on it, and more exposure and more wickedness is being revealed. And as the scriptures say, at the end, and that wicked shall be revealed, the son of perdition, man. And he is indeed being revealed right before our very eyes. And just like any fugitive, when they get caught, when they know that they're gonna have to face judgment, they're gonna start lashing out. And as the scriptures say, Revelation 12 and 12, the devil's gonna come down with great wrath because he knows that he has but a short time. These devils know that their time is short. They know that this facade that they had, these lies that they have been spreading for centuries, it's all being exposed, man. Everything that they do gets exposed almost immediately now, through the internet, through social media, through insiders, their own tongue falling upon themselves, So it's a wrap for these devils, man. So they're gonna have to do something drastic very soon, for them to try to attempt to get a grip on everything, because everything is coming apart at the seams, man, and everybody's seeing it. The lack of trust with the government. People are upset with the ice cube, so there's division every way, shape, and form. There was a protest Friday, where people weren't supposed to buy anything, go to school, children and all these different things to protest against the ice cubes, man. And then there was an incident where there was a Edomite that had a Trump flag, on the outside of his car, and he drove down there. He was a student as well, and he got into like an argument, screaming match or whatever with one of the other students, and then he hopped in his car and damn near ran her ass over. He clipped her or whatever, and almost knocked her over. Well, he did knock her over, almost killed her, and then drove off. So you got division, which in every way, shape, and form, between the right, the left. This is turn right here. Oh, this is the next one. It's lucky. Men and women are divided. The different racial divides going on, because now people are speaking about, you know, a lot of Jake are talking about how, you know, since there was two, you know, Edomite looking people that were deleted by ICE, now all of a sudden it's a huge uproar, and now these more people want to take part when it's somebody that looks like them. So that's causing more tension and strife, you know, in this land. And as Yahawashi said, Matthew 24, a kingdom divided against itself cannot stand. And Mark, and I believe it's in the NLT, it speaks about a kingdom divided by civil war, you know. And that's the time that we're in, man. You know, we could see the writing on the wall, so to speak, man. You know, as it says in Habakkuk, you know, the second chapter, you know, at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it will surely come, it will not tarry. So we're here, man. You know, it's just a matter of time before a major event, you know, pops off, and all hell breaks loose, man. You know, because a lot of people, you know, I've been driving around all day today, you know, working and everything, you know, and just watching the people, and, you know, the sentiment from most of the people, especially these Edomites, not all of them, but a lot of them, and Jake, you know, is that, you know, they're in that peace and safety. You know, all things are, you know, going back to normal pre-CV, and, you know, everything's gonna be okay. We don't have to walk, you know, wear our masks. Yeah, it's a little rocky, but everything's gonna get better. Babylon, America's gonna bounce back. No, that's not gonna happen, because the scriptures say, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction shall come upon them. Right? The Lord said he's gonna come to a city where the people dwelleth without care, and unwalled villages, man. In Ezekiel, I believe that's 38. You know? So the Lord the Lord's Yahawashi himself said he come not to bring peace but a sword. You know? The Lord Yahawah said he's gonna plague Babylon with plagues as before. Plague Egypt, excuse me, with plagues as before. And it's a spiritual Sodom in Egypt, man. You know, so there's nothing but death, destruction, misery, anguish, lamentations coming to this place, man. 2 Ezra 8 and 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that dwell in the world because of, you know, their iniquities, roughly paraphrasing. You know? The Lord said he's going to destroy this place because their sins have reached on to heaven. Scripture after scripture after scripture, you know, this place is going to be destroyed because of the things that they have done to the children of Israel, man. The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Scriptures say, woe to a city that was established by blood. Scriptures say, with these devils, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So there's nothing but, there's no happy time, you know. They thinking Babylon's gonna bounce back. The scriptures say she shall not be healed, forsake her, and let everyone go to his own land. And even that, you know, is showing that this doomsday is imminent for this place, man, and for these Edomites rulership, man. This place has run its course, man. You know, wickedness have exceedingly polluted the earth, man. Exceedingly. You know, and that's why the great destruction, the doom, is coming. You know, World War III is on the horizon. More pestilences are on the horizon. Like the Nipah virus, which is like another bat originated virus or something going on over there in India. But like, I think it said like 30 to 75% mortality rate. You know, you have all these crazy weather events going on. You know, over the summer, it was extremely hot, 100 plus degrees throughout the summer last year. And now, this year, here in January, what's today, the 31st, woke up this morning and it was like -3, man. And it said it felt like -15. You know? So these devils are playing, manipulating the weather and doing all types of shit, man. So we know that this you know, devil's rule is almost up, because the Lord said he had to shorten the days unless there be no flesh left to be saved, man. These devils will kill everything off, man, including themselves, you know. So the clock is ticking on these damn devils' rulership, man. The scriptures say that the Lord will in due time set up one over the world that is profitable. Because these devils are not profitable to anything but to destroy, man. You know? As it says in that movie, Planet of the Apes, man. You know, he's the harbinger of death. You know? Scriptures call Esau and the so-called white man, white people, the border of wickedness, Malachi 1:4. You know? So yeah, man, we're here. You know? All praise to Yahawashi. There's not a lot of things left. The major prophecy of World War III, earthquakes in diverse places, you know, all these things are ramping up as we speak. And the ultimate prophecy that's really, you know, we're all waiting for is that MO to the TB to be mandated, man. And all the infrastructure is already there. You know, that tap to pay, people are already used to paying with their watch. People are used to paying with their phone. Cash is pretty much being phased out. So they're, you know, they're trying to go all digital. You know, they're talking about digital IDs here and there all the time. So I mean, hey, you know, social credit scores, that conversation gets floated around. You know, the need to have more security, cyber threats, all types of shit. You know, so we can see where these devils are going with it, man. And ultimately, that RFID chip will be their last ditch attempt for that NWO, man, to try to put everybody on the grid and track and trace and monitor everybody, so that they could try to, you know, cosplay God on earth, man. You know, but as the scriptures say, it's not gonna work, man. You know, he won't. These devils will not be able to accomplish their enterprise, man. You know, and all praise to Yahawashi for that, man. You know, so hey, brothers and sisters, you know, stay locked in, stay in tune, stay prayed up. You know, continue to ask the Lord for the sheer mercies of David. You know, ask the Lord, as one of the prayers, and I believe it's in Psalm, says, in thy wrath remember mercy, man. You know, and pray that Yahawashi will protect you and your households in these coming calamities that are on the horizon, man, because they're coming, and they're coming quick, fast, and in a hurry, man. You know, and the words of the Lord are indeed faithful and true, and the words of the Lord do not come back void. They will accomplish what he pleases, man, and all of this destruction is written. You know, so I hope and pray that this lesson was edifying to your elect. In closing, I want to thank Yahawashi once again for putting the spirit on me to push the button. And I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS who teach and rule well, who taught me his truth. Salutation, brothers and sisters that are out to listen and learning, fighting this good fight of faith. Keep fighting, keep striving, keep pushing. We're almost out of this bitch. Salutation, my fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, I want to say shalom, ababa ball, and kwam yasharala. Hey, shalom. To the next one.